Si le gustaría escuchar un episodio en español, por favor escuche el siguiente episodio.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Larissa Davila, and I am part of the team from La Incubadora podcast from the nonprofit and business accelerator, Economic Growth Business Incubator. And today I am here with my partner, Monica Peña, who is our Director of Community Relations. Together, we are going to give you some tips to close this year with traction and to begin 2025 with all the strength that you need for a very successful business. Welcome, Monica.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to share these tips for a successful 2025.
Of course, we were talking about it right now, and we think that there are some things that as a business owner, one needs to do. Monica herself has been a business owner for many years, and me, I have also had my business for some time now, and we always have our little rituals, and we always recommend our clients to have these little rituals, but when at the end of the year, just so that by the time that you come back into operations and the your clients, right, the community is back and in they're ready to do business, you are ready for a very successful year. And so, Monica, we were talking about some of the things that we need to do. And can you share with us what is the first thing that you would recommend small business owners to do as they close 2024?
Number one, get your books in order and get ready to file those taxes.
Get your books in order. What do you mean? What should we do?
Just make sure that the books are in organized as much as possible, ready to whether you're going to file on your own or with a professional. And this is really the best time to start asking questions if you haven't already.
Yes. So look at your bank statements and make sure that the bank statements are similar to what you have on your internal accounting software. If you don't have an accounting software, this is a very good time of the year to begin one. Another thing that we were discussing earlier today was to make sure that you have billed all your clients. So if you perform services or you delivered products, but you didn't do an invoice, it is a very good time to do it right now. And for example, if you did send the invoice but you didn't collect, it's also a very good time to do collections to make sure that the clients know maybe they lost the invoice in transit, maybe it's in their inbox and they didn't see it. And it's always best to collect on the year that you provided the service or you delivered a product. So get your books in order. Also, we were talking about contractors, employees, colleagues. You want to make sure that you have all that information in order so that when we come back in January and you have to send their 1099s and you have to send all the tax information, you're not going to be just scrambling through all the paperwork. So as Monica said, it's very important to get your books in order. So that's the
And
first.
and one other tip that we give, if you don't already have it, separate your personal account, bank account from your business account.
Yeah, that's very important. We run into a lot of small business owners that are using their business account for their personal expenses, or they're using their personal account to run operations, and that's not a very good practice. It is important that you separate it, and right now it's a very good time to begin doing it.
Mhm.
Okay, so what would be the second recommendation that you would give small business owners to close the year?
Look at your sales. What worked, what didn't, what are you going to keep? What are you going to improve on your sales? What are you just not going to do anymore? And what new service or product may you be including in the new year?
Okay, so analyze the products that you have sold in 2024, and you said divide them into four, into the ones that you're gonna keep,
Mhm.
the ones that you're gonna
Improve.
update,
Mhm.
improve, update, the ones that you're gonna add, and the ones that you're gonna remove. What do you mean the ones that you're going to remove? What is that?
Really important. One thing we do see is business owners are very passionate in what they offer, in their services, but is it something, does it solve a solution for their client? And if it doesn't, and if you're, and this is a good also time to look to see if you're pricing. Pricing is part of your sales. If you're not pricing correctly, and you're not evaluating that, then you could be losing money, and we don't want you to lose money. So this is the best time to look and see if you're going to delete, and not offer certain products or services anymore.
What do I do if I want to increase the price of my products or services, but I don't know how to do it?
I love when our clients use service resources that will help them. ChatGPT will write a beautiful letter, saying why the price is going to increase, and its communication is really important. Make sure you're communicating that to your client. So use ChatGPT to write that excellent letter for you that explains why. And if your product and services is so good, and it does have is that solution for your clients, they're not going to mind paying a little bit extra.
Good. Okay. So you said four things. Analyze your sales, look at your products and services, and see what you're going to keep. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The ones that are being very successful and you're just going to continue providing. The ones that you are going to delete, I suppose those are the ones that are not working for you and your clients, and you're maybe not going to provide them anymore. So to avoid noise and to avoid confusion with clients as to what services do you offer, it's always best to streamline and to stay focused. And then the ones that you're going to add, if you have any new products. And what about the ones that you are going to improve? Can you give me an example of how to improve a product or service, or improve what do you mean by improve a product?
Improve a product, how is it? It could mean several things. It could mean improve, like are you going to improve? Are you going to improve, for an example, the hours that you're available? Are
Okay.
you going to improve, now you've got new staff in, so you're able to, you have an add-on to an existing product. It can mean several things, but the most important is to analyze what you're already offering and see if you can, add like an extra sale to increase, the income that you're receiving.
Okay. Okay. So and that comes from the first recommendation, right? Because you're gonna analyze your finances, and from your finances you're gonna see what sold and what didn't. So it's very streamlined that when you analyze your sales, you're gonna see what sold and what didn't, and what products are working for you and what products are not working for you. So the
Mhm.
second recommendation is look at your sales, look at your operations, your product services, and see what you're gonna keep, what you're going to improve, what you're going to delete, and what you're going to include. So that would lead us into the third recommendation. What would be the third thing that they need to do before they close the year?
Think about, where are your clients coming from? Any new person that contacts us, I always ask, how did you find out about us? So
Okay.
find out. I always think your marketing needs to be a combination of in person and online, not strictly online or just in person. So think about the social media platforms you're using. I had a client recently that they actually want to get more corporate clients. And so LinkedIn is an excellent tool platform online that is the biggest platform for business to business, connections. Or is your clientele more on Instagram? So evaluate that, evaluate what worked and what didn't. And then also, when you're thinking about offline, in person, think of the groups that you networked at.
Okay.
And did you get a result from networking with them this whole year? And where are you volunteering, possibly? And what conferences have you gotten? So again, you have to evaluate who your audience is and how you're going to target them online and offline.
Absolutely. And I think this is very important, right? Because if you are with networking or with marketing channels, you're not only investing money, but you're also investing time. So this is time that you took out of your office, out of your practice, out of your store to go and connect with community members and potential clients. So what you're saying is very, very important. Look at where you networked in 2024 and decide if it makes sense for you to continue networking in this space or you should move into another space. And it includes online operations and offline, right? What you do, how you invest your time, whether it is networking or volunteering.
Yeah, and another example I see too is from clients that are offering high-end product
Okay.
and they're still going to free events. Are their clients going to be at that are buying high-end products at that free event, or do you need to invest more in the locations or the events that you're attending?
Excellent, excellent. And I believe that there should be a budgeting exercise right there as well, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
figure out how you're going to spread it throughout the year.
Yes, that needs to be something included in your marketing plan.
Absolutely. And you're very good to network, and you have very good recommendations to our clients about networking. If I have analyzed where I want to be, what is one good recommendation for someone who's a little insecure about their networking practices? What would you recommend?
You know what? I love going to events that I'm going to learn something.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, it's multi-purpose. I'm going to learn something at that event. I'm going to meet people with the same intentions that they want to grow, and we have something in common that we could talk about is what we just learned. So that's the best place to learn, to attend first is maybe a lunch and learn, a professional development, and there's tons. We're in Austin. There's tons of events like that in town.
Absolutely. So that's very, very important. So far we have get your books in order, analyze your sales, plan your marketing channels and networking spaces, and what would be the fourth recommendation to close 2024 and begin 2025 with a lot of traction?
Make sure your contracts are in order.
Contract.
We've seen, I love preventative care. I don't want to hear, well, we will hear from someone that, didn't get paid, but sometimes we're limited on how we can help them. If someone has their contracts in order and is having their contracts signed before starting a project, that goes a long way for getting them to get paid at the end of a project. So just make sure your contracts are in order. Any legal questions you may have, get them answered. Contact an attorney. We, at the beginning of 2025, are going to have our first legal clinic where our clients are going to have any business owner in town can register for our legal clinic at no cost. And there's going to be volunteer attorneys that will be available to answer questions. And I always tell my clients, be organized. You have 30 minutes with an attorney at no cost. Have your contracts ready to be reviewed and write down any questions you might have.
Absolutely. What happens if I don't have any contracts? Who should I have contracts or service agreements with?
Well, definitely, if you're working on a big project with your clients, with vendors, there's many people you should have contracts with, or even if you're about to sign a contract, have an attorney just make sure and review it for you. But yeah, I mean it's really important to have your contracts reviewed.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's our fourth recommendation to close the year. And what would be the fifth recommendation to close the year?
Connect with your clients before the end of the year. There's several ways to do that, but it's really important that your clients hear from you before the end of the year.
Okay, connect with them. So would it be via email? Would it be in person? Would it be a text? How should we connect with our clients? And which clients should we connect with?
Well, so it could be several. I think all of the ways actually. So, social media, yes, make those end of the year social media posts, emails, write specific emails to your clients. It could also be generated by an email service like Mailchimp, and just let them know how appreciative you are of their business, what your offerings were this year, and what they can expect from your business at in the new year. For special clients who have spent a lot of money with your company, it's really important to have that extra touch. We always talk about emails, social media, but how about just a phone call? Wouldn't your company stand out, or you stand out like a salesperson? All of us are salespeople, whether we want to be one or not. If you have your own business, you're a salesperson. So make that phone call and let them know how much you appreciate it, them using your services or products this year.
Absolutely, that's very, very important. What happens if I have someone who is never buying from me, but is always sending me clients? Should I contact them as well?
Yes. So that's a referral partner, and they're extremely valuable to your business, and they need to be feel appreciative. Some of them are your raving fans just because they know what you offer, and it's just good to communicate with them and just let them know how much they're
Absolutely.
appreciated. Mhm.
Okay, so then with that, we have our 5 recommendations to close the year and be ready for to begin 2025 with a lot of traction. We have discussed getting your books in order, making sure that what you have in the bank is exactly what you have in your internal accounting software. Make sure that you send all the invoices that you have for all the open services that you provided, all the products that you sent, and make sure that you make collections or at least collections attempts so that you're on the same page. Make sure that you look into what you owe and what you have paid your employees, your contractors, and your providers. Make sure that you have that in order as well so that you can close your books with ease and not be running around and scrambling at the end of the fiscal period. Analyze your sales and look into the products that you sold in 2024 and the plan for 2025. What we mean by that is look into the products and services that you're going to keep, the ones that you're going to improve, the ones that you're going to remove, and the ones that you're going to include for 2025. Now, Monica was also talking to us about the importance of thinking about your marketing channels and marketing spaces, which are it could be online and offline. And if you're doing networking in person, be very conscious of your time and budget your time and your money to go into the spaces where you have the highest chance of finding the type of prospect or client or partner that you need, right? The next recommendation that Monica had for us is look into your contracts and make sure that they're in order all around 360 degrees. Look into the contracts that you have with your employees, with your providers, with your contractors, with your clients, and look in the in between to see if there are any open spaces where you could improve your agreements for work so that you manage your risk. And if you don't have an attorney, we're going to have a legal clinic in January where we're going to offer 30 minutes of free legal advice for small business owners with our volunteer attorneys. And the last recommendation that Monica gave us is connect with your clients before the close of the year. That one is very important. Am I missing anything else, Monica? A last recommendation that you would like to provide our clients?
Last recommendation, follow us on social media, EGBI of Austin. We have a Facebook, Instagram, and we're on LinkedIn as well, and a YouTube, and definitely continue to listen to our podcast.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, and thank you to the people that were with us throughout the conversation. And we hope that you have a great end of 2024, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.